Welcome to Ask Jessi. Today's question is from Anonymous. My best friend is going through a rough time right now. She's on a journey of self-care and discovery and really struggling with it. She wants to work on setting better boundaries for herself around other people so she won't get herself into situations that she knows will set her back. She's a people pleaser with low self-esteem. She knows these things and is currently working on them. I try to give her advice, but I think you'll be able to verbalize it better than I can. So my question is, how can she set firm boundaries? She tries to set them, but doesn't stick to them. Thank you. So my answer to this is going to start with you don't. You don't help your friend set better boundaries because your friend's boundaries are her business. And even if she's asking for advice, I still firmly believe that there's no advice to be given here. There's support, there's loving support, there's gentle inquiry. You can ask lots of questions to help her explore this for herself. But yeah, there is no advice to be given, unfortunately. Other people's work is their work. So as friends, I think we get really confused about this a lot. Like if somebody says, what should I do? We want to give them advice. We want them to do the thing that we know we would do or that we think would be best for them. But unfortunately, telling people what to do is counterproductive because they haven't fully bought into the idea for themselves. They haven't taken ownership over that idea. And so even the best laid advice and intentions and plan will usually fail. It usually doesn't work out. And you might know this yourself, that when people give you advice, you might be like, yeah, that's such a good idea. I should do that thing. And then, you don't. You go and you do something else entirely. And then you're like, what's wrong with me? I should have taken their advice. So likely that will happen with her because that's what happens with pretty much everybody. So giving advice on this is probably not the best way to go. But that doesn't mean that it's hopeless, because you can absolutely support your friend in creating stronger boundaries for herself as a person who just supports her and her process. And that means asking her, maybe checking in, going, how's that going? Is there anything I can do? And maybe there's not. And perfect. That means you just get to love her and where she's at and help her feel supported so that she knows she's safe in this new part of her life that she's going through. Because a lot of times not setting boundaries is about not feeling safe. So forming a relationship with her in which she feels unconditionally safe with you, that will help her set boundaries elsewhere. Even if it doesn't feel like you're doing enough. We always want to do more. We always want to give better advice and tell them the exact plan and sit down and make an Excel spreadsheet about what they should do or whatever. But a lot of times the best thing you can do is just create a bond with her in which she knows that no matter what she does, no matter whose advice she takes, no matter where she goes with this journey, that she is loved by you. And you wrote that she is a people pleaser with low self-esteem. Now, those are some harsh labels and judgments to put on somebody. She may be an individual who is attempting to raise her self-esteem. That might be true, right? She may be an individual who is struggling to stop pleasing everybody else over herself. But the labels themselves matter. The way that you talk to and about your friend, they matter. So be a force in her life for not labeling her, for letting her be expansive, for letting her be all of the things all of the time, and to mess up and to still be loved by you, and to be flawed and to still be loved by you, and to experience conflict and to still be loved by you. So allow all of those things to be in the space between you two, and you will do infinitely better for your friend than attempting to give the right advice or do the right, to take the best action or tell her what to do, because that's what we need. More than advice, we need relational support. We need love and acceptance, and we need people who are willing to make a big enough space for us in their lives that we don't have to label ourselves in these tiny, narrow boxes and go, ooh, I'm this thing. And if I step outside of that thing, I might lose all my love and support and friendship. So give her space to be all of it. Give her space to be a kick-ass, empowered woman who also is struggling at the moment to stop being so afraid. Or give her space to be all these contradicting things, like the most loving and amazing possible version of herself, and also the flawed version, the part that she's struggling with. Yeah, so that's my advice, is stop giving advice and start creating space for people without judgments and labels, and provide her or him, whoever you're working with, provide them the opportunity to be as big as they are without feeling like you have to put them in a labely judgy box, and also letting them know that they are safe with you, that there is nothing they can do to mess this up. Because if she doesn't take your advice, that's her business. That's not your business. So if you're getting upset about her not taking your advice, then there's something there. There's some ego thing for you that you have to examine. That's your own work. That's not her work. She can't mess this up. And neither can you. There is no going wrong here. But if you're looking to help her, if that's your goal here, if you want to support her in the best way possible, don't do it with advice. Do it with love, do it with support, and do it with that big, expansive view of the other person in which they are capable of healing themselves, and just knowing that they're loved by you as they do it. So that's it. As always, you can send me questions at jessikneeland.com for my Q&A series, and leave comments or share this if you like, or tag somebody who needs to hear it.